Hello, thank you for joining us for this episode of Soul Sessions. Soul Sessions Through the Eyes of Us is a safe space for the panel to discuss various local and global events and provide information on current topics that affect African Americans. Disclaimer: the opinions voiced on this program do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the AFCC, its staff, volunteers, board of directors, or underwriters. My name is Marlo, and I'm the peer mentor at the center.
I'm Nigel, and I'm the program manager at the AFCC.
I'm Bianca. I'm one of the graduate interns with the Patient Support Program.
I am Sophia. I intern at California Health Collaborative for the Every Woman Counts program, and I am a college intern at Chico State.
Hello, I'm also a college intern at Chico State. My name is Tessa, and I'm also working under the California Health Collaborative with Every Woman Counts.
So today we're going to be discussing the Oroville Patient Support Program with the Every Woman Counts program. And yeah, you can go ahead and take it away.
Well, like I mentioned, my name is Bianca. I'm a graduate intern with the Patient Support Program. And thank you so much to the AAFC for having us here today. We're so excited to talk about our program and share our services that we provide and just educate your listeners about breast cancer and ways that we could help if they're ever in need. And just a little background on the Patient Support Program. We're a program that is under the California Health Collaborative. We provide services for people of all genders and ages with a breast cancer diagnosis or seeking diagnostic services. And today we'll also be talking about breast cancer and the importance of reducing your risks. So, breast cancer is one of the most common cancers diagnosed in the United States. As a matter of fact, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. And this slide is just some ways how to reduce your risk of cancer. The first one, we recommend exercising regularly. For example, brisk walking 22 minutes a day reduces your risk of breast cancer by 18%. Limit your alcohol intake, limit or avoid alcohol, and that a standard serving of, or a healthy serving of alcohol is 1 drink or less for women, 2 drinks or less for men per day. The next is to avoid harmful chemicals in cleaning and beauty products. This could be like Windex is a cleaning product. It's known to have harmful chemicals. Some certain hair care products also have chemicals, so just avoid some of those. And we also recommend getting screened with a mammogram for breast cancer every 1 to 2 years, starting at age 40. And we also would like to mention, if you are uninsured or underinsured, we have a free screening program with the Every Woman Counts program, and that's also under the California Health Collaborative. And if you want more information or are seeking that, you can call the same number that we'll have at the end of the presentation.
Awesome. So the Patient Support Program, who we serve. So we do serve individuals who need breast cancer diagnostic services and/or are diagnosed with breast cancer. So eligibility for the Patient Support Program, you must live in Butte, Glen, Tehama, or Colusa County, be uninsured or underinsured, having a high deductible, or be at a low income at or below 300% of the federal poverty line. So the financial assistance that we do support and provide, so we help with transportation, childcare, groceries, utilities during treatment. So for example, we've had a patient undergoing breast treatment, and our patient support program has helped provide a propane tank for this patient in particular to help her keep warm during the winter. Our most requested items have been transportation and gas cards to help with the patient getting to and from their appointment. We also help cover medical bills and or purchases of items such as head coverings, prosthetic bras, lymphedema garments. So after a patient goes under a mastectomy treatment, which is a surgery of the removal of the breast tissue, and it's a way to prevent breast cancer, we do know a prosthetic professional bra tailor for people who've had mastectomies, and also provide lymphedema garments. So a lymphedema garment helps with the swelling of the lymph nodes. So typically after the mastectomy, a person's arm will be swollen. So the lymphedema garment will help bring down the swelling. We also offer assistance in navigating the healthcare system during breast diagnostic treatment and emotional support. So we do understand this is an extremely stress-filled and complicated time for anyone going under this diagnostic. So our program would love to help you or anyone with alleviating any stress, like assisting you to find a provider.
Okay, and we also wanted to shout out the Delta Epsilon sorority. So they did a walkathon last year and raised over $6,000 for specifically Oroville patients. So we thought that was really awesome and wanted to give them a little shout out. And then this year's walk is Saturday, October 1st at the Harrison Stadium. And we just wanted to remind you that you aren't in this alone, and together we can fight breast cancer. And then here are our contact information to receive these services. So we have a telephone number for Peggy, and then if you speak Spanish, there's also a telephone number under that. Thank you for your attention.
So now we are going to do a little question section. We just have a few more questions about the program and about breast cancer. So is breast cancer more common in African American or Black women?
The answer to that is yes. Let's see, the breast cancer disparities for African American women are startling. According to the most recent data available, breast cancer mortality is about 40% higher for African American women in the US than Caucasian women. And African American women are often diagnosed with late stage breast cancer when treatment options are limited, costly, and the prognosis is poor. So that's why the patient support program and even the Every Woman Counts were just such huge advocates for getting screened as early as you can, especially if you know your family, you have it in your family, or if you think you're at risk.
Is there a limit on the amount of financial assistance provided by the patient support program?
The limit is $500, but it's also, it depends. It's a case by case type of thing.
Okay.
And what's the history of the program? How did it come about?
this was a cool one. We all learned this when we looked this up. So let's see. So our community started with a group of people, and they saw a need and applied and received a grant from the Sierra Health Foundation approximately 10 years ago. Currently, the program relies on small grants, donations, and fundraisers, and we partner with many organizations in the local area to assist with fundraising. For example, we mentioned the Delta Upsilon sorority in Oroville. We also like to mention we partner with the Wish Community Foundation in Glenn County. And we also partner with our local public health and their students and interns who can promote and fundraise the program.
That's really interesting. And it's good to know that those run walk fundraisers actually do stuff. It's like, sometimes it looks like a feel good situation, like, oh, let's just go make ourselves feel good doing something for someone else. But it's really good to know that the money really goes to where it's supposed to.
Right.
Yeah. So how long will the program last? Is it like a stopping point?
And because we run primarily on grants and fundraisers and donations, we will last indefinitely as long as we have the funding and the support.
How much advance notice do you need to get services?
Let's see. So once you apply and your eligibility is determined, that generally takes 2 to 3 business days once the application has been completed. We also have people on staff that can help you complete the forms. You can come into the office and talk to Peggy or over the phone as well, and she's more than happy to help people apply.
Can you get services if you are already diagnosed or have been diagnosed for a while with breast cancer?
So these services, they're specifically for those that need breast cancer diagnostics and or they're currently in treatment for breast cancer. So yeah.
Okay.
How long does it take to apply and determine eligibility?
So it typically just takes, we do have a form that we give to eligible participants, and it takes 2 to 3 business days for the application to be completed.
Awesome. It's pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. So can you help people find a provider?
Yes, we're able to assist with finding a provider. And again, that's what we're here for. If you want to come into the office or call Peggy, we're more than happy to help people navigate the healthcare system, because it can be kind of daunting and not the most clear-cut way, so we're more than happy to do that.
And at this time, I think it's important to reiterate that the program provides help with transportation as well.
Yes.
So that's something, if people need the care and you find a provider, then you will also help them get to the provider. So
yes.
Just want to highlight that as well. And our last question.
Yes, so how can we, the AAFCC, partner with you?
Now this was also a fun answer to come up with, because my gosh. We would be honored to partner with the AAFCC to promote our program. Like, the walk that happened last year, I think that was just such an awesome fundraising opportunity. We're also thinking working with us to have a special mammogram day and potentially partnering with the Valley Women's Imaging in Oroville, or we could partner with a mobile mammogram unit. So those are some of our ideas.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much, Every Woman Counts program, Sophia, Tessa, and Bianca for that presentation.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Soul Sessions Through the Eyes of Us. We are back at it again with another lead portion for you. LEAD stands for Leadership, Equity, Action, and Development. My name is Dalen Whitaker, aka the Project Coordinator, aka the Thought Activist, and with me I have
Marlo, the peer mentor at the center. One of the peer mentors. AKA Marlo the magician.
yeah, aka Marlo the Magician. Very nice. Today we're going to talk to y'all about menthol and its impact on health, because our mission and lead is to provide and to protect a tobacco-free lifestyle for all Butte and Yuba County residents. So we want to make sure that we're informing the community on the dangers of big tobacco, the dangers of nicotine, the dangers of menthol, and all that it could be. You know what I mean? So let's dive right into it really quick. So menthol is the chemical compound that is found naturally in the peppermint plant that triggers the cold sensitive nerves in the skin and provides a cooling sensation. It is often used to relieve minor pain and irritation and prevent infection. Menthol is actually added to many products such as um, throat medicines, syrups, creams, and ointments, nasal sprays, powders, and candy. The difference in between these products and menthol flavored tobacco products like cigarettes and cigarillos is that none of these products are lighted by fire or smoked.
Menthol is not just a harmless additive that can cause eye and skin irritation. It gives the sensation of reducing congestion when it can actually worsen congestion by increasing inflammation. When used on the skin, menthol is typically diluted with a carrier oil to help reduce the intensity of concentration. Products with a high percentage of menthol applied to the skin have been reported to cause irritation and chemical burns.
Imagine. And then we have a quote here that says, you just knew Newport because you have access to, you just knew Newport because you have access to what you heard more often, or that's what people had. And I knew what the box looked like. So I'd like, oh, can I have a Newport? And those were just what I smoked. It wasn't even menthol, not menthol. It was just, I know the Newport. This is a quote by a young Black adult group, female age 19, from a study in nicotine and tobacco research when asked for reasons for initiating and preferring menthol cigarettes. It sounds like she was a little bit confused, but just that she smoked it more because of the name than because of the fact that she knew that it was menthol or anything like that. She knew it. She knew of it as a Newport. You know what I'm saying? And to some people, they don't know the difference between a menthol cigarette and a non-menthol cigarette, or a Newport and a Camel or something like that. And it's unfortunate that at the age of 19, she had to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but we want to make sure that we inform y'all of all of the effects of it. So going back in, many believe that menthol flavoring makes tobacco healthier or makes smoking them safer. It does not. According to a study in nicotine and tobacco research, as evidenced by young people's own descriptions, menthol cigarettes appear to facilitate smoking initiation and continued smoking because they are easier to smoke and because they taste and smell substantially better than non-menthol cigarettes. Sentiments echoed across both Black and non-Black participant groups. As a matter of fact, there's no evidence that cigarettes, cigars, or smokeless tobacco products have menthol that are safer than any other cigarettes. Like other cigarettes, menthol cigarettes harm nearly every organ in the body and cause many diseases. When used in cigarettes, menthol may reduce the irritation and harshness of smoking. In addition, studies show that the amounts of tar, nicotine, and ingredients poisonous to humans are 30 to 70% higher in menthol cigarettes than in non-mentholated cigarettes.
Facts. People who smoke menthols show significantly higher levels of nicotine addiction compared with non-menthol smokers in the same age group. People who smoke menthols actually want to quit and have more quit attempts than those who do not smoke menthols. Menthol may help to cover the actual strength of cigarette smoke, making it more pleasurable. However, smoking mentholated flavored tobacco has been linked to less successful attempts at cessation.
Menthol is also used in other tobacco products such as cigars, hookah, water pipe tobacco, smokeless tobacco, including like dip, chew, snuff, and snus. Snuff and snus are different. And e-cigarettes and other electronic nicotine delivery systems, ENDS. Even though many brands of cigarettes are intentionally marketed as menthol cigarettes, all tobacco products sold in the US contain at least some natural or lab created menthol. We go into a fact sheet here saying that nationally, the proportion of flavored and menthol tobacco sales in 2015 was as follows: 32.5% menthol cigarettes, 26.1% large cigars that were flavored, 47.5% cigarillos, 21.8% little cigars, 1.4% chewing tobacco, 3.0% moist snuff, and 85.5% snus. Okay, and then we're going to go into the last little section that we have, which talks about little cigars and cigarillos. Since we just talked through the little bit of a difference to all of these, there's a difference between cigarettes, little cigars, cigarillos, and large cigars. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know, let's put you on game so that you're not another person out here thinking that a Newport is just something that you smoke that may or may not be harmful or have that kind of effect to you. Dig what I'm saying?
So cigarettes and cigars are different. According to the CDC, a cigar is defined as a roll of tobacco wrapped in leaf tobacco or in a substance that contains tobacco. Cigarettes are tobacco wrapped in paper. The three major types of cigars sold in the United States are large cigars, cigarillos, and little cigars. After smoking cigarettes, cigar smoking is the second most common form of smoking. The American Cancer Society says many people perceive cigar smoking as being more civilized and less dangerous than cigarette smoking. Yet a single large cigar can contain as much tobacco as an entire pack of cigarettes. U.S. cigar use doubled between 1997 and 2007, from 5 to 10.6 billion cigars smoked annually. Some of the increased sales of cigars are driven by cigarette-sized little cigars and narrow mid-sized cigarillos.
Tobacco companies develop targeting advertising and marketing campaigns of cigars in locations with greater proportion of Black residents. These campaigns often consisted of lower prices and ensuring the availability of cigars for free purchase as single unit stale. Okay, which basically means they were selling singles. They're taking them out of the pack. If it's 20 Newports in a pack, they take in one out and they selling them for like 50 cents or something like that. Smoking little cigars is not safer than smoking cigarettes. Cigars too increase the risk of mouth, throat, voice box, and lung cancers. Some believe that removing the inner lining paper of the cigarillos, called the hyping or the freaking, will reduce the harm of smoking it. Whether the cigar is empty and filled with another substance, such as cannabis, the smoker is inhaling tobacco toxins. Common cigarillo brands used by African Americans are Swisher Sweets, Philly Blunts, and Black and Milds. Little cigars, cigarillos, and large cigars are offered in a variety of flavors, including candy and fruit flavors such as sour apple, cherry, grape, chocolate, and menthol, and are not subject to the same laws as cigarettes. Last but not least, in 2014, a national survey on drug use and health um, described that young adults aged 18 to 25 had the highest prevalence of the past 30-day cigar use. I'll read that one more time just to make sure it makes sense. In 2014, the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, um, they basically put out that youth aged 18 to 25 had the highest prevalence of past 30-day cigar use. That's 9.7 compared to the youth aged 12 to 17 at 2.1% and adults aged 26 and over at 3.9%. A survey of 684 students at historically Black universities in the Southeast U.S. found that 18.5% had smoked cigarillos in the past month, and the numbers may be underestimated as recent studies have shown that many adolescents refer to cigarillos by their brand name and do not consider them cigars. Get what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Honestly, this comes down to just a misinformation or not enough information being passed around our community about the dangers of tobacco, about what it is, the difference between menthol and non-menthol, between cigarettes and cigarillos and everything like that. As Marlo explained, like there's a difference between cigarettes, which is tobacco wrapped around a piece of paper, and a cigarillo, which is tobacco that is wrapped around often a leaf or some other kind of tobacco substance, you know. And then to speak to the freaking thing, right? In Georgia, it's big for people to smoke Black and Milds. So they'll take like the Black and Mild while it's still in the pack, and they'll like move it like this. That's the freaking process. It basically kind of deteriorates some of the tobacco in there and makes it healthier so that it's not so thick and that you get more smoke through it. And the truth is that is not in any way healthier than what you were doing before. The little amount of tobacco that comes out during that freaking process, is not equivocal enough to like make a big difference. At the end of the day, tobacco is bad. It's targeting our communities to this day, and unfortunately, it's taken a lot of us out. And only we can educate ourselves to stop it for the future, for our kids and for our future families. Thank you. This has been the lead portion of Soul Sessions. I am Dalen.
Marlo. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dalen. Now we're going to go into our program section. All right. So we would like to remind you that the opinions voiced on this program do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the AFCC, its staff, volunteers, board of directors, or underwriters. Each One Teach One is our after-school program for grades 2nd through 12th grade, and that's Monday through Thursday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Soul Sessions Through the Eyes of Us is every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
And we have Personal Peace Institute, which is a free program that provides participants with the skills and strategies necessary for recognizing and controlling angry feelings. The portion is Wednesday, 5 to 6. And then the adult portion is Wednesday from 6 to 7.
Yes.
And the Brotherhood and Sisterhood groups are going on break for the next 4 months. During that time, we have a new support group called Parenting for Success every Friday from 5 to 6. This class is available in person and online, so mark your calendars and call, email, or walk in to register. The first 5 people to attend 10 classes will receive a gift card.
Dance Diverse is a hip hop and step dance class that allows participants to build relationships, learn leadership skills, and boost confidence. Everyone is welcome, although there is limited space. These are Fridays from 2:30 to 5 p.m.
Yep, and then we got History Right Now, which is our radio show hosted by
Yours truly.
And that's every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
with me, you know what I'm saying? And then also tune into our community radio station at your KOYO 107.1 FM. You can also stream online at koyo.fm.
All right, so please give us a call at 530-532-1205 if you're interested in signing up to participate, volunteer, or facilitate any of these programs. Thanks for joining us this week. Next week, we are going to be talking about nutrition for women's health, again with the Every Woman Counts program. So we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Peace.
Soul Sessions is made possible by the Butte County Access Channel, Butte County Behavioral Health, and Prop 63, North State Equity Fund, North Valley Community Foundation, and 107.1 KOYO FM, Oroville's Community Radio.